Hello, and welcome to No Access Required. AAA gaming. What the fuck is it playing at? Quite frankly, it promises so much, and in recent years delivers so little. More specifically, it's just, at least if you're Bethesda, trading on nostalgia. Starfield has been a bit of a, it didn't garner as much in terms of success as Bethesda would have hoped. It became clear after the first few hours of gaming, it was just rinse and repeat. And not just the gameplay. Assets. Hold on, I've seen this base before. And you'd seen exactly that base before. It didn't matter whether you traveled to the next planet or the next galaxy. You'd seen that base before. And it all became a bit much. And gamers will forgive much for a good gameplay loop. However, Bethesda, it seemed, were using up all their goodwill. And what have they done just recently? The Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, which has garnered a great deal of attention, but not for the right reasons, trading on its name. Now, that would be fine if the name was being expanded upon, by which I mean if they were delivering something new and fresh. But it's just a bit of a money grab, it seems. And I get it. Look, if you're really into the world and you're happy to play it, then fine. The trailers make it look good, don't they? But then the trailers make everything look good. And there are plenty of examples of trailers making things look great. There's no need for me to go into a list of them here. It's painful enough remembering. Talking about painful enough, Black Ops 7. What can we say about Black Ops 7? It's a... what's a good technical term? Shit show? Mishmash? Hash together? A greatest hits of the most ridiculous and potentially unwanted aspects of the previous games? And yet here we sit, AAA game company, giving it everything they've got for the gamers. Really? I'm a bit burnt out with AAA games, quite frankly. We've got plenty of examples of smaller game developers who are showing the AAA developers the directions in which to go. They're clearly signposting a successful future, and yet AAA game developers seem intent on ignoring those signposts in favor of, I know a shortcut. And that shortcut leading absolutely nowhere. Worse still, quite often, those shortcuts lead you into dark, swampy, foreboding areas where before you know it, you're up to your neck in shit. And this is what we've got with the AAA games companies. Now, it's not all bad news, of course. I mean, every now and again, they manage to buck their own trend and release something worth playing, but far too often, for these companies with all the money, with all the talent, too much management, a top-heavy structure, effectively, develop games which are, this. If they're not doing this, they're doing this. It really is a shower, as we say here in the UK. It's quite shameful, frankly. And we need to find a new way. And we as gamers are finding a new way. We don't have to play this or this. We can quite frankly just walk away. And we do. And we have. We've got stories of the Tencent acquisition of Ubisoft and what that's going to do for the various IPs that Ubisoft has had to give over to ensure not only its survival, but its continued, how can I put this? Its continued rule by the Guillemot family. And that in itself is problematic. Some things, like the dodo, were meant to die out. They just naturally deselected themselves from the gene pool. Pandas being a case in point. As lovely and as cuddly as they are, if you look at any footage of them, they literally look as though they're just biding their time until they've just become naturally extinct. And that's kind of where I feel Ubisoft is. Trying desperately to fight against its own natural extinction. And it's a shame because they've been making some great games in the past. And we've all gotten to benefit from that. But a company, it seems, during its development cycles of its IPs, reaches a peak of what that IP can do. And unless it does something incredibly radical with that IP, it will just deselect itself. And that's the problem. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you do something incredibly radical with an IP, it may effectively commit suicide. And if you don't and you keep delivering the same old, well, you have accusations of laziness. From the top to the bottom. Assassin's Creed, I'm looking at you. So, what's to do? Where are we to go? Well, I'll tell you what's to do and where we're going. What's to do is sit back and watch the fire. Where are we going? To hell in a handcart. The AAA games companies will do as they do until it's almost too late. If they're lucky, they'll just catch the ball in time to score that elusive touchdown. But I think what will happen is the AAA games companies will deselect themselves. They will become extinct eventually. But for us gamers, unfortunately, it will be a long, painful road. So do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe, share and comment. It does keep the channel relevant and it would help me out immensely. And until next time, this is me signing off. Bye bye.